Weak a vessel though she may be, she cannot fall without her own consent.
My great-grandmother was an unmarried mother who lived at the Mitford and Launditch Workhouse in the 1800s. Poverty was an unprecedented high in the 19th century. Despite their best efforts, many women found themselves in a position frowned upon by society. The story of Elizabeth Rudd, an inmate of Mitford and Launditch Workhouse, demonstrates how women like my great-grandma may have been viewed and treated in Victorian society. Elizabeth Rudd arrived at the workhouse in 1855. She had 4 illegitimate children, the first of which she had at the age of 19. Elizabeth worked as a domestic servant in the workhouse, cleaning the boys' dormitory and the room of the schoolmaster, Mr. Bradfield. In June 1867, Mr. Bradfield lured Elizabeth to his bedroom and assaulted her. She became pregnant shortly after. Bradfield tried to bribe Elizabeth into terminating the pregnancy and asked her to lie about the paternity of the baby. Instead, Elizabeth reported him to the guardians. An inquest was held. Despite the evidence and her testimony, she was not believed. Why didn't they believe you, Elizabeth?
He was a teacher, a reputable man. Of course, I was a woman of bad character. I had illegitimate children. So they didn't trust me. They wouldn't listen.
Did they not care that he assaulted you?
He was a man in authority, and to them I was no one. He took liberties with me, and he didn't ask. He just thought he could take what he wanted.
And what happened to your baby?
Well, I gave birth in the workhouse. I couldn't afford to go nowhere else, so that's where we stayed. In the workhouse, my baby was safe. We had hot meals and school, and a chance for a better life.
And did you get a better life too?
Well, I lived. I got to see my children occasionally. That's all I could ask for. As an unmarried mother, there's no chance of redemption. You're written off. Always the fallen woman.
Elizabeth's story can make us think about many things. Like in Victorian society, unmarried mothers today are often viewed negatively. Much like their Victorian counterparts, unmarried mothers are still often frowned upon, face social exclusion, and are seen as drains on state resources by some. And women today are still blamed for things that are inflicted on them. Though we know some information about these women and their lives, much of it has been consigned to history. The jacket women have not been able to tell their stories, and their identities, much like that of Elizabeth Rudd, have been reduced to a few words in Guardian minutes. These small snippets of information about these women, remarked upon solely because of their roles as mothers, act as their tombstones, identifying them only as the unchaste, fallen mother of an illegitimate child.